KellyWitmer.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, sorry. I went to art school in Philadelphia, and during that time, I used to spend a lot of time at this bar called Dirty Frank's. It was just kind of your classic dive bar, and I was pretty much there every night that it was open, except for Sunday. And there was a time that I remember there's many romances that started at this bar, but for me anyway. And there was this little shrimpy guy named Joe that I kind of had this crush on, and he lived outside of town, and so he wasn't there every night like I was, but he had this good-looking friend Jared who was always there, and so I was always saying, "Hey Jared, is Joe coming tonight?" And so there was one night that I asked Jared, like, "Hey, is Joe coming tonight?" And he said no. He's like, "What do you like him for anyway?" He's a good wingman, I guess. And I said, well, I don't know, because like Joe was this, like I said, kind of a dorky little guy. Jared was really good looking. He had like long stringy hair and these ugly glasses, but he was still like this grunge Adonis. And it just like, it showed, and it was just, he was too obvious, and I would I would always go after the dorky guys because it was just sort of an easy mark, and I was just protecting myself, but anyway, this night, Jared starts talking to me, and he's kind of flirting with me and stuff. I think because he was pissed off, because he's like, what the fuck did she like Joe for instead of me? And I was eating it up, I was just like, wow. And I remember thinking, like, screw Joe, I like Jared now. Because I was like 21, and so the night goes on, we keep drinking, and the bar closes, we get kicked out, we stagger away, and we stop at this playground, and he kisses me, and it was amazing. It was really good, and so we're making out in this playground, and going for it, and then he's like, hey, where do you live? Let's take this to your house. And I was like, I really wanted to, but I was like, okay, I really like this guy, and I don't want to have a one-night stand. I want him to respect me. I'm going to do the right thing. And I was like, hey, sorry, I got to put the brakes on. Let's just save it for next time. And he's just like, yeah, okay, give me your number. I walk home on a cloud. I'm so excited, and I'm just smitten with this guy. And I had to go visit my parents the next day, a few hours away in D.C. The whole train ride, the whole trip, all I can think about is Jared, and I'm just like picturing our future together. I'm thinking this simple wedding, like just our closest friends, and a few relatives, and but first we'll like get an apartment together, maybe in New York, the loft. And I'm like, meanwhile, I'm calling my friends back, or my roommates, sorry, and saying, like, because this is the age of answering machines, and I'm like, did Jared call? Did anybody call? Nobody called. I got home, he still hadn't called, but I was still optimistic. I'm like, maybe I lost it. I wrote it down funny, whatever. Next chance I get, I go to Dirty Frank's. Hoping he's going to be there, and he was, of course, and he's talking to some girl, and I come up, and I'm like, hey, Jared, how's it going? And he's just like, hey, and like, goes back to talk to the girl. And I think the last time I ever talked to him, I was like, crushed, humiliated, but I was just like, the hell with Jared, he doesn't exist anymore, I'm going to forget him. I did, I moved on. Many years later, like 10 years later, I'm here in LA. I'm watching a DVD of some crappy war movie, and I see him in the movie, and I'm just like, I know that guy. And I couldn't even, I had forgotten him so well that I couldn't remember. I was like, I know his name starts with J. It's like Jeremy or something. I wait till the end of the credits, and I find it. I'm just like, oh, Jared Leto. I was like, that son of a bitch. I was like, and all of it came back, you know. I was just like, I just wanted to strangle him, you know. And I was just like, okay, Jared, you think you're so hot? You got this bit part in a Hollywood movie? Well, karma has a way of coming around, and your career is going nowhere. So, thank you.